Good morning, gurus. Welcome to another episode. Hope you're having a beautiful day. We're going to jump into charts for Bitcoin, Ethereum. Not much happened on the Bitcoin, Ethereum front. Yesterday, we pumped on Bitcoin to 70K and then it pulled back. But GME, there's been a lot happening on GME. And a lot of my audience have been asking me to look into it and what's going on. So there's this guy called Roaring Kitty on forums. He was on Reddit. He built a massive following. There was big institutions that were shorting GME. GameStop, an old company that used to sell video games, like you could go in and buy video games, physical video game store. And then it was trying to transition to digital store. And obviously, physical video game store is not a good business in the digital world. So big hedge funds started to short it. Then there became this big Reddit forum and people trying to stick it to the hedge funds. So they started to buy GME. And with a big kind of movement in the retail sector to buy GME and wreck these big institutional shorts. And this has been going on now for a few years. It pumped up multiple times into the hundreds of dollars, back down again. And this is happening again with GME. Yesterday it pumped 80% and then corrected back to only being up 20%. The main guy behind this is called Roaring Kitty. He owns now around 288 million of GME, which is now up around $80 million today. That's the story of GME, and I'm going to show you on the technicals, but first we'll jump into Bitcoin. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up, and turn on the bell. I've been trading for 24 years. I've been making these daily videos for more than 4 years now, every day almost for free. I took a break on the weekend recently, but I try to have little breaks, and you can learn my experience of trading. You can watch me trade big accounts, and you can see what I do in the markets. You have to do your own due diligence, though. This is not financial advice. I'm just showing you what I do with my trades and what I do with my money in the markets, and you can learn from me if you want, but you have to make your own decisions and consult your own brokers. Let's jump into technicals for Bitcoin now. Into technicals, and what I love is a lot of people are just learning from me without expecting. I want you to learn and do it yourself. I don't want to be I don't want to be showing you my trades and you copy them. I want you to learn what I'm doing and try to understand yourself. So this is Bitcoin chart, tradingview.com. This is on the weekly charts. Each candle now represents 1 week. Big cup and handle on Bitcoin. I'll show you what I'm just seeing quickly. Big cup and handle forming on Bitcoin, which takes us to 115K. Quite huge volume. But the last few weeks, volume has dropped off. Volume predicts price, so that's dangerous to drop off. Crypto Guru Bot fired a blue buy in February 2023. Still a blue buy now. Hasn't flipped to a red sell yet. Stochastic is heading down. Double top and heading down. Where I think Bitcoin is going is really to this yellow trend line that Bitcoin's been going on all year. You can see it climbing up this yellow trend line, and I do believe we will pull back to this yellow trend line. So just keep that in mind. Let's go close on to the daily. Stochastic turning up on the daily. Big inverse head and shoulders here on Bitcoin. Inverse head and shoulders. Wait, we could say it's like this one. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Big inverse head and shoulders on Bitcoin. But the problem is the volume dropping down is what's worrying. Yesterday there was quite large volume. Back to normal. You can see over the weekend we had very drastically low volume, but yesterday quite a lot of buying volume coming back, which is good news. Bitcoin is sitting at a big resistance line. This one here, you can see it's a big resistance line that it's trying to break through. Also, something to keep in mind, we have a rising wedge here. Rising wedge are bearish patterns. They build pressure, and they break down. I don't want to go long up here. Yes, there can be a breakout right now. It does look a little bit bull flaggy on the daily. That could be considered a bull flag. But the volume dropping off, Stochastic is oversold and turning up. So it is not bad to buy. However, I don't want to go long here. And then what happened yesterday, everyone went long at 70K and then it just dropped down and liquidated everyone. I need to open longs after it pulls back. Otherwise, it's too dangerous. And I've got two longs set up. One at 63,000. And one at 59,000. And you can see this one set at 63,000 with stop loss 62,500, risking $460 to make $25,000 per Bitcoin with no leverage. 10x leverage, 250,000. It's every dollar risked, $55 gain, potentially. This one is 47 times, risking 630 to make 30,000. It opens at 59K. Here I have 3 Bitcoin long set up, and here I have a 10 Bitcoin long set up. And I really want to catch this like a nuke down before I go long, because if I go long now, like if you went long yesterday at 70K and then it just comes back down and liquidates, needs to have some bad news, some nuke drop down, then our longs activate, then go up. Otherwise, too dangerous and most likely liquidation will occur. However, there is some bullish signs here. We have this bull flag that's forming. We have this inverse head and shoulders that's forming. So there are bullish signs. The bearish signs is this rising wedge forming, which is bearish, that breaks down, and the dropping volume. Those are two, and the weekly stochastic heading down. So those are the two trades I would take. Yes, you could take shorter time frames, maybe even short from here, but I never like to short Bitcoin in a bull market. But I would really rather try to get those trades after a drop down. And if you want to trade like you're seeing me do, underneath this video, if you go down below, you can see underneath the video, the links I use. Bybit gives you a $30,000 bonus when you meet their trading requirements using that link. BingX is also very good. Binance also good. To take the crypto master course to learn how to trade and learn what I'm doing. And BingX is better for international people. Bybit is limited to US people, etc. So you have to do your own due diligence for your country and check which exchange is best for you. A lot of Western people use BingX, and a lot of the rest of the world use Bybit and Binance. Crypto master course to learn all this, and take the other courses to learn in-depth trading, and then join us in Telegram. There's 9,000 and few hundred of you on any one time. Over on Bybit, you can see I've got this Bitcoin trade, 3 Bitcoin at 63,000. Bitcoin is at 69K right now, 1% funding fee. I've got 3 Bitcoin trade at 63,000. I've got a 10 Bitcoin trade at 60,250, and I've got a million Doge trade at 11 cents. And you can see here over on spot, I've got buy orders for Pocket at 9 cents and Bitcoin at 58 cents. And over here, and on my assets, what I'm holding in this account, this is the breakdown of my account. 45% is USDT, 227,000 in cash, 7% is in Pocket, MCRT 17%. You have to do your own due diligence though. I have been accumulating a lot. I was a seed investor in MCRT, Pocket, World, and 80 other crypto companies. So you have to do your own due diligence. Bitcoin, I've got 13%. World, I've got 8%. Uniswap, I've got 4%. Doge, I've got 3.8%. I want to increase my Doge position, but I need to be careful. I like to keep 50% cash. Bitcoin I could reduce. What I really like to do is normally keep 10 assets with 10% in each. LTTSU and this Ethereum, they're just somehow I've got in this account, but I'm not trading those. I just must have accumulated somehow. In this account, 611K. I took out $20,000. I did a $30,000 investment. My team did a $30,000 investment in XAI, Elon Musk's AI company, through a super PAC. If you want, you have to research yourself. I can't help you with that because it is a security, but you can research super PAC and investing in XAI, but be very, very careful. There's a lot of scams. I didn't do it. It's Guru Ventures. One of my companies did it, and it is available, but you have to there's big fees though, 30% fees, exit fees and stuff like this, crazy fees. But you have to do your own due diligence and research. But right now there are super PACs selling Elon Musk's X company, which is the new AI company. And I took out 20K from this account to fund it. And that's the breakdown. This account pretty much even. I mean, if I took out this 20K, it would be 631. So it's slightly even, a little bit down on the week. Now I want to look at Doge. And I want to look at GME because everyone requesting. So GME, I didn't buy any GME, anyone. I'm not holding any GME. I don't like being involved. I don't like buying companies that are like trending, but the overall company, like if you look at the financials of this company, they're terrible. So if we look at the financials, yes, they have a lot of cash, but you can see their price to earnings ratio, 1,091 times. The golden ratio that Warren Buffett teaches is 20 times PE ratio. For example, if you were to look at Meta or Google, or any of the big tech companies that I like to buy, for example, let's go into, where's Meta? Let's put Meta back. Meta, Google. If you're looking at Meta or Google, you'll see, so Meta PE ratio, this is one of the best financial companies in the world, 26 times PE ratio. And they have revenues year on year. You can see last year they made $134 billion in revenues. You can learn all this in the Stock Guru Mastercourse. Net income of $39 billion. So they have a PE ratio of 26 times. They have a revenue of $134 billion per year and $39 billion income. And if you look at Google, it's similar, like great financially run companies. We were buying Google, by the way, at $88. Congratulations, everyone who bought Google with me exactly on the bottom. I sold it to move into Tesla now, but I bought it at $88 and I sold it maybe 2 months ago. Still going up since then, but in total, if you bought the bottom with me on Google, you are up now 109% from the beginning from beginning of 2023. And you can see Google is same with the financials. If you look at the financials of Google, we go to the financials, you learn all this in the stock group masterclass. 26 PE ratio, and revenue is, they made last year similar to $300 billion profit, 307 billion revenue, 73 billion in profit. Now compare that to GameStop, GME. Let's look at GME again, and you can see what I'm talking about. So their PE ratio is 1,091 times, very, very overinflated. Their revenue is a joke. Their revenue, look at their revenue. So we just looked at Google, which had 300 billion revenue and $74 billion profit. These guys have 5 billion revenue and $6 million profit. So Google had $300 billion profit, revenue, and $76 billion profit, and its P ratio was 20 times profit to equity. This one is $5 billion revenue last year with net income of only $6 million. So it's a joke that it's at this valuation. So just be very, very cautious. I mean, yesterday it pumped up all the way to $40 and then came crashing back down. Their earnings report is on the 11th of June. So be very, very careful being in this stock by the 11th of June, because when the earnings come out, doesn't matter how inflated it is, when their earnings show only profit of a few million, be very, very cautious. Big resistance was at $40. It exactly hit $40. I showed this yesterday on Twitter and then pulled back. But again, there's big volume, but I would just be very, very cautious paying 1,000 times PE ratio on a stock that's only making $6 million profit, but valued in the billions of dollars. So be very cautious. This is Doge. It looks like it's trying to break up, but it also has this big rising wedge. Bearish pattern, builds pressure and then drops, and it's also stochastic coming down and volume coming down. But you can see it's trying to hold here, but the bottom of this rising wedge would be the target of Doge. On this breakdown, I mean, it's already confirmed. It's already underneath the rising wedge. That lines up with my 11 cents, and that lines up with this bigger triangle, this descending triangle. You can learn all this in the crypto masterclass. Builds pressure, breaks out 70% of the move. So I want to try and accumulate Doge at 11 and 12 cents. And you can see over on Bybit, I've got those buy orders. I've got that 1 million Doge buy at 11 cents, and I want to buy spot at 12 cents. So I want to buy a spot of Doge at 12 cents. I'm going to buy another. Let's buy it at 12 cents. Let's buy it $50,000 worth of Doge. No, 30,000 worth of Doge to catch that bounce at 12 cents. Confirm. So that's my updates on Doge, Bitcoin, GME. Again, all the links to learn all this underneath the video go down below. One is the exchanges. Bybit gives you a $30,000 bonus. Take the courses. The Stock Guru Mastercourse teaches you PE ratio and how to look at company financials, fundamentals, and technical analysis. Crypto course teaches you technical analysis and crypto fundamentals. And then join us in the Telegram. That's my updates in the market. Hope you learned a lot. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up button, turn on the bell. GME is coming to support. It hit $40, that resistance. So that $20 to $40 will be the range for a while. But just be very, very cautious being in this stock after the 11th of June. Yes, they have a lot of cash. Yes, they sold a lot of shares to raise a lot of money during this hype, but their business model is shit. $5 billion revenue with only $6 million of profits with 1,000 PE ratio compared to Google, which has a 25 PE ratio, Meta, which has a 25 PE ratio, Meta making 70-something billion, or 100 billion, keeping 30 billion, Google making 300 billion, keeping 75 billion, GME making 5 billion, keeping 6 million. So be very, very cautious investing in it, everyone. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button, smash the thumbs up button, turn on the bell. Let me know in the comment section. Hopefully you learned a lot. If you have any questions, or if you want to ask me anything, if you want to say anything, let me know in the comments. Love you all. My goal is to buy things low, sell them high. My goal is to invest seed companies as much as possible, like I bought into Elon Musk AI company, and I'm showing you this on my videos, and I'm going to keep showing you. My goal is to buy everything like I did in the end of 2022, beginning of 2023. I was buying Google, Meta, Tesla, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Uniswap, FXS. I was buying all of those down in the bottom, and I sold them just 2 months ago at the top. And again, my goal is to buy them all cheap again and sell them up. And just show you on my videos. Love you all. You can learn from me for free and watch my videos. But again, you have to make your own decisions. You have to do your own due diligence. My company, Seed Invest, a lot of crypto projects. Love you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.